Okay, so today we're going to cover a couple things. One, I want to show you what I promised was how to take one song and turn it into a social media gold mine. Yesterday, I was meeting with one of my clients, Jordana Bryant, and one of the things that has been bothering her is she said, I sit there and I just get stumped on what to put in the descriptions. I don't know what to say. And her mom was like, yeah, we sit there, and tell me if this reminds me of you. She says, we sit there and we're just kind of we're in Instagram and we're just kind of, what are we posting? When are we posting? How are we posting? What's going on? And I said, look, I have a simple solution for you. I said, let me show you something that is an absolute game changer. Now, before we jump into this, I want to play a video for you, which is going to kind of set the stage for what's about to happen. So let me pop this up here for you real quick, and let's watch this.
I cannot believe that this is happening right now. Oh my gosh, I want to thank everybody at Big Machine Records and my family. My mom's my date tonight. I want to thank Scott Borchetta, my manager, Rick Barker. I can't even believe that this is real. And I want to thank God and my family for moving to Nashville so that I could do this. And I want to thank Country Radio. I will never forget the chance that you took on me. Brad Paisley, thank you for letting me tour with you. Scott Borchetta, Rick Barker, everybody at Big Machine Records, and the fans, you have changed my life.
Hey, Scott Borchetta, President and CEO of the Big Machine Label Group here. And I want to tell you about Rick Barker. Rick is somebody that I have known for more than 10 years. And pretty much since the beginning of Big Machine Records, Rick has been in proximity. He actually worked for us at one time. And the reason that Rick is still in the program with us is he knows how to identify opportunity. And when you think about what you're trying to do, he has done the work for you. He's done so much to help educate you about the record business. It's absolutely worth a look. You should check out Rick Barker's stuff. It's really good.
As you can imagine, I was super thrilled when Taylor thanked me from the stage, knowing that she only could thank a couple people, knowing that there were a lot of people, that were involved in this. And it's one of those things where people have always asked me, they're like, why did Taylor pick you? You had zero management experience. Why did she go against the traditional way? As many of you know, let me grab it here. My book is called The $150,000 Music Degree. That was my yearly salary with Taylor. And a traditional management model, it was a 15% commission. She went against the norm. And there's a couple reasons. And the two that I think are most important, especially for you, is one, it's because I thought differently and I wasn't scared of change. She had interviewed with all the major management companies in this town. And many of them said no, they didn't know how to deal with a teenager. They didn't understand the new technology. They didn't want to deal with her parents. There were a lot of reasons why. And then as Scott mentioned in the video, I see opportunity and I go after it. With Taylor, we saw this opportunity. Instead of having to sit and wait for her to become a priority at the label, we went and made her a priority at the label because we grabbed a hold of technology. There's a piece of technology right now that is absolutely changing the game. And that's what I want to share with you today. And it's called AI. It stands for artificial intelligence. Okay. I'm going to share with you something that all of you can do. It's so simple. It's so easy. And a lot of it is just because you don't know what to do. Somebody asked, what's the name of the book? It's called The $150,000 Music Degree. So once you know how to do it, then it's time for you to step up your game. So let me go ahead and open up the computer and I'm going to walk you through. This is something all of you are going to be able to do. All right, here we go. So the platform that I'm going to share with you right now is called ChatGPT. Let's make sure that you're seeing this. Okay. So inside chat.openai.com, the first thing that I want you to do is I've got lyrics to a song here. This is a song actually that I used ChatGPT to write. It's called 18. I was talking a little bit about Jordana. She has a song called 18. So I asked her, I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and share this right now. What I want you to do is I want you to take the lyrics of your song. We're going to edit. We're going to copy this, and I'm going to start a new chat. Inside the new chat, I'm going to put, can you create 10 social media posts using the lyrics of this song called 18. And then I'm going to copy and paste the lyrics. And I'm going to hit return. And immediately, you see what's happening. Sure, here are 10 social media posts using the lyrics from the song 18. 18 candles, one bright future ahead. Hashtags. It's creating the emojis. Reflecting on my journey as I turn 18 today. Ready to embrace what's to come. High school memories in the rearview mirror. So here's these posts that it's gone and created for us. Okay. Super simple, super easy. You upload your lyrics, it can create posts. But then we're going to go a little bit deeper. Can you give me image ideas to go with each post? Certainly. As you can see, ChatGPT is also very polite. So here we go. A close-up photo of the 18 candles on a birthday cake with soft, warm lighting. Bless you. That's my dog, Bo, who's up here visiting with us today. A split image with one side showing a graduation cap and the other side showing a passport, symbolizing the journey ahead. Here's some other ideas for Twitter posts, Instagram posts, Facebook posts. So now we've got our post text. We have our post images. Can you write me 10 social posts encouraging people to listen to, we'll just use Jordana Bryant's song. I never like to use the word new song. The reason being is because your music is brand new to someone every day. So can you write me 10 social posts encouraging people to listen to Jordana Bryant's song 18 on Spotify? Let's say you're wanting to grow Spotify. So here we go. Certainly. Ready to be swept away by incredible music? Check out @Jordana Bryant song 18 on Spotify. It's the perfect soundtrack for life's transitions. Give it a listen and let the music take you on a journey. Looking for a song that captures the essence of being 18? Jordana Bryant's 18 is on Spotify as an absolute must listen. Let the music transport you to a world of memories and dreams. But we can go even further. What if we wanted to say, give me 10 questions to post on social that will spark engagement, talking about what you miss most about being 18. Remember, the way to beat the algorithm is to constantly get it, to get people to share and to engage. What's the one memory from your 18th year that you still cherish today? Share it with us. If you could relive any day from when you were 18, which day would it be and why? What's a piece of advice you wish you could give your 18-year-old self? Can you see how easy this is? I mean, we've been here for what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and now we've got more content than we know what to do with. It's super easy. All you do is feed it. All you do is give it the information, and you can continue. If you don't like something it says, you can say, hey, not a big fan of this. Can we do this? So let's do this. She has a younger audience that maybe hasn't turned 18 yet. So now we've got 10 different pieces of content to spark. We've got image ideas. We've got text. Can you give me 10 more about what you are looking forward to when you turn 18? Certainly. What is the first thing you plan to do when you finally turn 18? If you could fast forward to your 18th birthday right now, what's one thing you're most excited about? Share it. What freedoms or new responsibilities are you most looking forward to when you hit the age of 18? Who's the first person you'll share your 18th birthday with? Can you take specific lyrics and turn them into post? Encouraging people to listen on all streaming platforms. High school halls, memories on the walls. Relive the magic of youth with Jordana Bryant's 18 on all streaming platforms. Let the memories flood back. Dancing on the edge of what's to come. Join me in experiencing the journey of 18 by Jordana Bryant on all major streaming platforms. It's a musical adventure you won't want to miss. 18, not a girl, not yet a lady. Discover the incredible storytelling in Jordana Bryant's 18 on your favorite streaming platforms. It's a song for all ages and stages of your life. I asked it to give me hashtags, and I've asked it enough to give me emojis. Ruth made up a great point. It's going to remember everything. As long as you keep each song in a new chat tab, we don't have to keep re-asking the same things. It's consistently doing it for us. This is the last one I'm going to share with you. What cool trend ideas for TikTok would you suggest for getting people to use this song? Here we go. Encourage users to share clips of their 18th birthday celebrations or milestones using 18 by Jordana Bryant as the soundtrack. It's a great way to showcase how the song relates to their own lives. Ask TikTok users to create viral or videos that juxtapose their current selves with their 18-year-old selves through editing by using 18. Invite TikTok to share their dreams and aspirations at the age of 18 in a short video. More content than you know what to do with. And all we did was take a free tool that's readily available to each and every one of you. This is called Chat GPT. Okay, just Google it. It's going to give you the link. Go create an account. It's a free account. Yes, they have a paid version as well. But what I wanted to show you is how you, so right now, hell, we've got trend ideas, we've got post ideas, we've got image ideas, we have hashtags. There is no excuse on why you can't take one song and turn it into 50, 60, 70 pieces of content, all unique, all different, and be able to continue to share it over and over and over again. Okay. So did you see how easy that was? Let me know in the chat. Can everybody copy and paste and ask questions? Yes, of course you can. So the question I have for you is, do you think you can do it now? Do you think that you could take one of your songs? If you haven't written a song yet, then we're not there yet. Go write the song. All you have to do is copy and paste your lyrics and use the exact prompts that I gave you. What's great is inside, and I see some people here that are members of my program. is we've done this for you. Inside, we have what's called the MIB AI. And all you do is put your name, the title of your song, you post the lyrics, and it gives you everything immediately that I just shared with you. So Lon, Ruth, Chloe, all of you that have access to this, Steph, all you have to do is go into the MIB AI, and I'm going to show all of you guys how you can get that for free at the end here. All you have to do is just give them the name of your song. Give them your name, and it will automatically do all of that for you. But here's the most important question I'm going to ask you today. Will you do it? It's not what you know, it's what you do with what you know. Will you do it? The excuse of, I don't know what to post, it's gone. If you've got a song, we've got content. Okay, now it's knowing what to do with that content. Okay, it's one thing to have all this content, it's another thing to know what to do with it. But I've eliminated the excuse of I don't know how. Now you know how. Because of the 150 people here, all of you said, yes, I see how easy that is. Yes, I can do it. And most of you, some of you are still a little hesitant. Most of you are saying, yes, you're definitely going to go out and do it. It's going to save you time. It's going to allow you to be present more often on social. It's going to allow your music the chance to finally get heard. It's going to give you a chance to show how relatable you are to your audience. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we want? Is we want people getting raving crazy over our music? It's nuts how that happens. You are able to take one song and create a gold mine of social media content, and now you have the tools to know how to do that. So let me ask you this. Suppose that I offered to personally give you my guidance and mentorship on your musical journey, step by step, sharing all the tips and tricks that I know, everything that I currently know up to this time without having to spend thousands of hours and tens of thousands of dollars. Would you take me up on that offer? Think about it for a second. If you had the chance to work with me directly and you had the chance for me to show you everything that I know, that's like a splinter of what's available to you and what it is that I teach the artists that I work with. If you said yes, which I see a lot of you saying, of course, yes, yes, hell yeah, a big hell yeah. If you answered yes, stick around for just a bit because I've got something very unique that I'm going to offer you. Now, before we get started, I want to also talk to you about management. People are hitting me up about management all the time. Before we get started, I want to ask you this question. I'm going to share a poll, and over to the side, it says, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been going after this music career of yours? Go ahead and let me know so I know the folks that I'm dealing with here. So we've got right now, over half of you have been doing this for 20 years. Okay. About 15%, 11 to 20 years, 13%, 6 to 10 years, 20%, 0 to 5 years. So take a second, fill that out. Let me get a sip of water here. Okay. All right. So final numbers, 20%, 0 to 5, 15%, 6 to 10, 16, almost 17%, 11 to 20, and almost 50% of you have been doing this for over 20 years. Now, especially those of you that have been doing this for over 20 years, do you feel that you would be farther along if you had help and guidance? Do you feel that that would have sped up your process at all? Just curious, because a lot of you have been going at this for a long time, trying to do it all by yourself. Somebody said, duh, 100%. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So the question I get a lot is, why is it so hard to get a manager at the beginning of an artist's career? First off, let's talk about what it is that a manager does. A manager is that person who helps guide you, strategy. They may take on your day-to-day operations in the traditional sense. There's a lot of things that the manager does. They're like the general manager of your restaurant. You own a restaurant, but you hire a general manager to oversee the restaurant. Does that analogy make sense? You own the restaurant. You've got all this stuff going on. The general manager is that person that comes in and kind of organizes itself. Okay. So when should you get a manager? Well, one, when you could probably afford to pay for one, but more importantly, when you have things to manage. There's certain things at the beginning stages of your career, and depending on if you're signed to a label or not signed to a label, a lot of this stuff you're going to be doing yourself. But I think all of you need to get guidance. All of you need to have someone who understands this business helping guide you along the process. Would we agree with that? Every other business has it. Every other profession has it. For whatever reason, independent artists seem to want to just figure this stuff out all on their own. You don't have to. Okay, there are opportunities for you to get the information and the guidance that you need. And I'm going to share with you how, if you think I'm the guy that you would like to have help from, how we can make that happen. Now, there's 3 reasons why it's hard. The first reason is financial viability. Okay, so managers typically work on a commission-based model, earning a percentage of the artist's income. If the artist is not generating any income or has a limited budget, it may not be financially feasible for a manager to invest their time and their resources. There's only so many people in this profession. So the question I have, and just to show you the breakdown, is if you made $50K with your music, your manager would have only generated income for the entire year of $7,500. How many of you will work a full-time job for only $7,500 a year? Hopefully none of you say yes, because you're totally punishing yourself if you do. Okay. So I'm not going to ask this, but think to yourself, how much did you make in your music career last year? And is 15% of that worth it for somebody to devote their full attention to you? Most of the time, that answer is no. And that's okay. That's how this business works. But things have changed. The next reason is time investment. Managing an artist is a time-intensive job. With an artist who's just starting, there might be a significant amount of groundwork required to build the artist's brand, fan base, and industry connections. Managers might prefer to focus on artists who already have some momentum and potential for quicker success. So that's why I tell you, have something going on before approaching a manager. If they look at your current business model, you're making no money, your website looks like crap, you know, your streaming numbers are low, it doesn't matter how great your music is. You're not viable for them at this particular point in time. Okay. It has nothing to do with you. It's a business. They ultimately want to get paid for their work, which they should. All of you want to get paid for your work. I want to get paid for my work. So that's why when people are like, man, I've got so much talent. Doesn't matter yet. I said the word yet. The last reason that it might be so hard is the risk. Music industry success is not guaranteed, and managers need to assess the potential return on their investment. An artist with no established audience or streaming numbers represents a higher risk compared to an artist with a proven track record and growing following. Okay, so that's something I want you guys to all understand. There's a reason why the business works the way the business works. There's a reason why you should be excited about the fact that you now have the ability to create a lot of this stuff yourself. Now, some of you might, you know, there's a few different types of managers. There's the big established manager where they have a big office and they have big superstars, and then they have a lot of little managers underneath them, and they all have artists that they're working with. Once again, there's 5 or 10 of them in the world that are that massive. There's millions of you trying to do this thing. Okay. There's that other artist that might be a smaller boutique, may only take on 3 or 4 clients at a time. They're going to need those clients. Let's say they had 4 clients, because you could only handle so many people. if you've got 4 clients, all brand new, generating 50K, that means you're making $30,000 a year working full time for 4 people. Do we understand that that math does not work? Do we all understand that? I need you to let me know, at least you understand that that's the math. The numbers don't lie. Even if you had, if you had 4 artists making $100,000 each, that would be great, because then that's $400,000. So now at least the manager is making a 6-figure income, which I think all of us would like to make a 6-figure income, but they're managing 4 careers. So what about the rest of the people that want a shot at getting a manager? Joseph keeps saying, why I'd rather be my own manager. I agree. In the beginning, you do it until you need help. But when you need help is when you can afford to pay someone for help. And that makes everything much easier. And it's also going to allow you to get a better manager. The last person might be your friend. There's that friend manager. Might be your parents, might be your friend, might be your cousin, might be someone who sees the hard work that you're putting in every day, that understands you and believes in you. Don't disregard that person. Remember, I had 0 management experience when I started with Taylor. 0. I'd never managed an artist before, but they saw something in me that even at the time, I don't even think I saw in myself. So if you've got that person in your world, just make sure that you're equipping them with the right tools and resources to run your business effectively. Don't make them try to figure it out on their own. I have many managers that are in my world, these friend managers, mom managers, a lot of independent artists. They're learning from me, taking my 30 years of experience and applying that to their own business. Okay. So even if you find that friend manager, don't love on them as best you can, because they see what you're doing. A boutique manager, when you reach out to them, or a big management company, the big management companies, they're really only working with people that are signed to labels, that are already touring because of their business model. That boutique manager that takes on those 4 or 5, that's ultimately where I'd hope most of you would be able to get to sooner rather than later. When they hear your song, or they're going to go look at your website, look at your streaming numbers, look at your social engagement. They're going to see what you're doing. Are you a business that they want to invest in? Because right now, they're not in the startup mode anymore. The startup mode is on you. Okay. The startup mode, it's up to you to build that business that people want to invest in. Just a reminder, I'm going to do a Q&A at the end. So if I'm not answering all your questions, I'm going to do it in a more organized way at the end, because I want to make sure that I get them all answered. But I just want you to understand right now why it's so hard to get a manager. It has nothing to do with your music right now. It has everything to do with the business that you're presenting them. Okay. So keep making quality music, but let's build that business. Let's make you that business that they want to invest in. And the cool part is when you build yourself as a business that they want to invest in, you get a lot more decision-making power. You get much better terms in the deal. My buddy Jelly Roll, I don't know if you guys have seen him. He's everywhere right now. He built his business on his own. He was already making millions of dollars on his own. And then the label came in and the touring partners came in, and now he's making tens of millions of dollars. They were able to pour gasoline on his fire. Okay. He didn't ask them to start the fire. They were able to pour gasoline on his fire. So the biggest stars in the world have a team. And let me explain to you what this team does. Okay. So let's jump over here real quick. The first thing that a member of the team is going to do for you is they're going to provide you support and advice. They're going to help guide you. Okay. They're going to make sure that you're staying on the right path. The next thing that they're going to do, let me just is A&R. A&R stands for artist and repertoire. There's a department at the record company that does that. They're helping you with your brand. They're helping you get your music right. They're making sure that all the assets are on point before they hand you off to the promotion and the marketing department. A lot of you are trying to market and promote, but you don't have your A&R right. Your brand isn't on point. There's no clarity on what your message is, what you're about, what type of artist you are. you just recorded a song and said, crap it, I'm just gonna throw it on CD Baby, and then I'm gonna go hire a publicist and magic's gonna happen. And most of the time magic doesn't happen. It's because the A&R wasn't done properly. They're also going to give you career strategy. No two artists' career paths have ever been the same. Okay. This isn't like high school. Everyone doesn't have the same teacher, the same courses in the 9th grade, and then you pass that and curriculum and go on to the 10th grade, 11, and so on and so forth. This isn't like getting a normal degree. We're not all starting at the same place. So you need to line up a strategy based on where you are. Some of you here, over half of you have said you've been doing this for over 20 years. Those are going to be different conversations and a different strategy than that person that's just starting out, that hasn't registered their music yet, doesn't even know what a PRO is or anything like that. So there's different strategies based on where you are. The other thing that you're going to need help with is promotion and publicity. You've got to get your music heard. You can't sit around and wait for people to find you. So you need to have someone who understands promotion, marketing, the tools that I just showed you a few minutes ago with AI, someone who understands social media, someone that understands the playlist. You need to have someone who understands that. And if you're going to get that friend manager, make sure you're getting them the tools and resources so that they understand it. You're going to equip your employee, because that's what a manager is. They're the employee. You're the boss. They're the employee. You want to give your employee the best tools possible in order to be successful for you. Also, you've got some planning. You just can't randomly wake up and just throw stuff up on the wall and hope that it sticks. A good manager, a good team member is going to help you lay out a plan. More importantly, they're going to make sure that that plan is executable. A lot of us have these big ideas, but they have no plan. They have no understanding of it. The next part we want to talk about, one that's overlooked a lot, is financial management. You must invest money into your business. Every business has to invest money. The key is making sure that you're investing in the right things at the right time. You don't need a publicist in the beginning of your career, but you have 3 or 4 songs that are taking off, then it's time to invest in a publicist. You don't need a $10,000 video on your first song, but you can go out and get $20 videos and $50 videos and $100 videos. You need someone who understands when you should be spending the money and where you should be spending the money. Too often artists will come to me after they've spent way too much money on all the wrong things and then not really comprehend why it didn't work until I sit down and I explain to them. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have found you earlier. I wish I had $1 for every person that said, I wish I would have found you earlier. And that's why I'm doing what it is that I'm doing today. The next thing is networking. Someone who can help open doors. Someone who can help make introductions. When the time is right, you need to be introduced to certain people. When you're at a certain level in your business, you need to get to that next step. And you're going to start where you are, and then you're going to want to progressively climb that ladder. A good person in your world is going to be able to help open doors, make connections, and things like that. That's why a lot of people, want to sign to a label and take the ridiculous contract that's given to them because of their ability to network, because of their resources, because of their things. But right now, there's not enough space at these record labels for all of you, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be putting your music out, right? Should all of you have to wait until a label says you're good enough? Answer that in the chat for me. Should all of you have to wait until somebody anoints you? Absolutely not. Because we have all the resources available to us today. But there's still artists that are sitting out there. I know my DM's filled with them every day. Yo, bro, if I had you, and then I go and I look and they have 500 followers. Even with all my great connections and my Rolodex, I can't walk someone into a label with 500 followers, with no streams, with no touring, with no proven proof. It just, in the old days, it worked like that. Why? Because people were buying $20 CDs and there was an abundance of money running through the music industry where they could sign 10 or 12 artists that had nothing going on. And then you heard all those stories. Those artists ended up getting dropped. So it wasn't hard to get signed. It was hard to keep your deal. And I don't know of a single record company that has ever dropped an artist because they were making money. If an artist got dropped, there was a reason for it. There was no demand. There was no income coming in. There was nothing that made them feel like they had to keep them. We want to fix that. We want to get you to a point where they're coming to you, because when they come to you, you're a partner. When you go to them, you're applying for a job and you're an employee and you're at their mercy. When they come to you, they have to listen to what you have to say. When they come to you because you already have an audience, they're not offering you that 80-20 deal. Now, all of a sudden, it's a 50-50 deal. Who would rather have a 50-50 deal? Some people say, well, I'd rather have the 80-20. Well, what if you don't generate any money? You never get your 20 cents. They never get their 80 cents, and then you get dropped. So I'm just really trying to help you understand that there's a lot more that goes into this business than just making music. Do we understand that, right? I think the type of people that I attract, the type of people that come and hang out here are usually those people that kind of understand that there's a lot more that needs to happen. They're just like, hey, I just want to know what I need to be doing. All right. So you've got three choices when it comes to the music business. You've got the do-it-yourself. How many of you are on the do-it-yourself plan right now? You've been battling this for a long time. Those of you that have been doing this for 20 years on the DIY model, the question I'm going to ask you, and I ask this respectfully, is how's that working out for you? Okay. You don't have to do it alone. I know DIY was the big thing a few years ago. You don't have to do it alone. The other model that's out there is the done for you model. The done for you model is very expensive. That's where someone's posting for you, someone's doing everything for you. So that is going to, so just to put so the DIY model, we know what that is. The done for you model is going to probably run you, if you're wanting to be effective, about $50,000 a year. That's what it's going to cost you to pay someone for their time. That's what it's going to cost to pay someone to do all your posting. That's what it's going to cost to pay someone to do your ads. That's what's going to cost to pay someone to do your videos. All of this is going to run you about $50,000 a year. So if you happen to be sitting on a pile of money and you want to take a shot at it, there's a $50,000 model for you. But the one I like and the one I offer is the done with you model. That's where you're being coached. That's where you're getting the information that you need. That's when you're being taught what to do. That's when you have someone looking out for you. It's that done with you model. Now, for those of you that are here and those of you watching this on the replay, you can't answer it. Which one of these models makes the most sense for you? To continue doing it on your own, the done for you, or the DWI? The done with you. Okay, that seems to be what most people want right now. Well, what if I offered, once again, to personally be that with you? If I offered to give you what I know, everything that I've done up to this point, give you direct access to me. Well, let me just tell this. Here's what a DW model with me looks like. 1, I do it with you. 2, I will help you with proper business setup and song registration. I will help you get your music and brand on point. I will provide you the guidance and the mentorship that you need. I will help you with strategy, marketing, fan acquisition. I will teach you social strategy, and I will help you get your ad set up for faster growth. That's what working with me looks like. It looks like you having direct access to me to where we can talk strategy. I can take a look at your stuff. I can make sure that everything is the way that it's supposed to be before you start spending money. I can make sure that when people find you, your brand is on point. That's what it looks like working with me. Now, somebody sent me a text. I said, but you said that Taylor paid you $150,000 to do this. Yeah, she did. but that was Taylor. If there's anybody here that's got $150,000 that would like to have a conversation, we can have a conversation, but most artists don't. So here's what I'm offering you. First thing I'm offering you is me. Direct access to me through live Zoom, through email, the ability to get your questions answered. I'm also giving you the ability to have everything that I have ever created. It's an amazing toolbox. All of my courses you will have access to. These are my current courses and anything new. It's important that you have the tools. For those of you that want to get that friend to be your manager, these are their tools. For those of you that want to get that friend to be your manager, this is also for them to be able to come in and learn from me as well. Now, when I set out to do this, I had a couple reasons why I wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it. And I'm going to share those with you here in just a second. But I wanted to make this affordable for as many people as possible. My goal is to not manage one artist, two artists, three artists, cross my fingers, hope that everything stands out. I've been there and I've done that. Okay. I got the plaques on the wall. It's a big headache. It's crazy how much stress. When I left Taylor, I weighed almost 300 pounds. Okay. I was not built for that. What I'm built for is helping the artist in that development stage, in that early stage, before they hit 1 million records, 2 million records, 3 million records. At that point, I no longer get to do what I love, which is that early development, the strategy, the branding. At that point, all I'm doing is telling people no all day on behalf of them. So what I wanted to do is I said, okay, Taylor was paying me $150,000 a year. What if I were able to do and be your person for $997 a year, about $2.35 a day? Is that something that you think is fair? Yes, no, maybe, whatever the case may be. $1,000 a year, you have a person. $1,000 a year, you have me. For $1,000 a year, you have the ability to get your questions answered, never be stuck again. Yeah, very reasonable, right? Well, that's what the price that I came up with. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to reward people who I call our action takers. I wanted to do something that some of the other people in the music marketing space got pissed off about. But you know what? It's my business. Like I said, it's your business. What I want to be able to do is I want to make you an offer. And in the marketing world, we call this an irresistible offer. I'll just be straight up with you. I wanted to make this an absolute no-brainer. So what I wanted to do, instead of $997 a year, I wanted to do $497 one time. You don't renew every year. You get immediate access to me. You get immediate access to all my toolbox, as I call it. You get that AI tool that I shared with you earlier, which, by the way, we're going to be selling as a standalone for $500. You get everything that you need for a one-time investment of $497. Now, I know a lot of you today didn't come here looking to spend $500, but you see that it's a great opportunity. Okay. So what we also have done is I've also created for the action takers, that would be the people that are here. I've also given you the opportunity to basically do a 6-pay option if you want. 6 payments at $97 each, spread out over time. Once you pass on this offer and you come back to the offer, it's going to be $997 a year, which, as you can see, is a fantastic price, or it's going to be $97 a month. And you just pay as long as you want to continue with it at $97 a month. But you can get everything right now. My gift to you, $500, get you in here for only $497. Okay. Some of you are like, okay, how do we do that? Well, I just popped up a payment button that says get lifetime membership for only one payment of $497. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity right now.